News Corps Australia-Europe correspondent, now in the studio taking over. Sophie Elsworth, good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy.
Thank you for joining us yesterday and explaining a little bit more about Bondi. Before we talk about the vigil last night, because you were there, tell us what's happening on the ground in Australia. A few developments overnight, right?
Absolutely. So at the moment, there's an international search team that's in and around Bondi, combing the grasslands, combing all around the crime scene, retrieving, and I'm sorry, this is very graphic, but they're retrieving body parts and remains of the victims. That's undergoing at the moment. So they're going through every blade of grass, Jeremy. This is just horrific stuff. I mean, how on earth did this happen in Australia?
We were just talking off air, and I don't mind saying this on air, and I remember however many years ago, when 9/11 happened, and they put me on air at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I was on for like 14 hours, right? And it was the most awful and extraordinary thing. And I remember the sort of palpable disbelief that this had happened, right? You sit yourself in England and Europe, in America. There's a terrorist attack in America, 5,000 miles that way. Almost the same incredulous disbelief that this could happen in Australia, 24 hours away. Huge. And for Australians, shocking.
Jeremy, Australia has had its heart ripped out. This does not happen down under. We are a country where we're laid back, we're welcoming. We're such a country that people just look to and go, gee, I'd love to live there. They've got the lifestyle, they've got the sun, the sand, the beach. What on earth is happening in our country? And to watch it from afar...
We've got a government who said that they recognise the Palestinian state, so there's your problem straight away, because the same could be said here, couldn't it?
Our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, is under huge pressure at the moment. He aligned with Sir Keir Starmer and recognised Palestinian statehood. He has been given ample warning of the anti-Semitism that was allowed to rage and fester in Australia. Didn't
Netanyahu say yesterday that he'd written to Albanese saying this is a massive mistake if you do this? Correct.
He did that. So they have been at loggerheads, the two governments, the Israeli and Australian government. But now the real action must be taken. And the diversion now, Jeremy, there's a lot in the media that they need to tighten gun laws. We have extremely tight gun laws in Australia. Many are arguing this isn't about weapons. This is about who is coming into Australia, who are these people, and how are they allowed to get these weapons and roam around. Now, I was just saying to you off air, news has come to light that on Sunday when this massacre took place, there were 2 police officers. My colleague Sharry Markson from Sky News Australia has a story today that there were just 2 police officers in that area where there were 1,000 Jewish people at that festival. 2 police officers. Now, there's something fundamentally wrong with our system if that is how we think we can protect Jewish people. We know they are under threat. This is a country now that really needs to reflect on what on earth we are allowing to happen in Australia.
Do you know what's most frightening? I remember when, Tony Abbott, I did a massive interview with him about a year ago. And he talked about the law that he brought in, and he got vilified across the world for what he did to that boat and migrants. You're not coming in. Australia backed him, right? Albanese, a Labour Prime Minister, kept that policy going. Australia has tighter controls than anybody in Europe by a merry mile, and still there is this issue. I would respectfully suggest, I was talking to somebody in the UAE yesterday, and they were saying, we're a Muslim country, we don't have this, because any form of radicalisation is literally stamped out at school level and inside the mosques. I mean, we have an issue here where we've got 40,000 unvetted men, no wives, no children, let's make this point, arriving here. We don't know who the hell these people are. I think the world needs to wake up to that security aspect, but I think it also needs to wake up to the fact that, and maybe I am biased because I have Jewish friends, the Jewish community, 6 million were gassed 70 years ago. No wonder they protect themselves. The way they are vilified is disgusting. It's absolutely vile. It's the most abhorrent form of racism, and it needs to be stamped out. And politicians like Albanese and Starmer, in my mind, do nothing by sitting on the fence going, well, we're going to recognise Palestine, and we're going to not call Hamas a terrorist organisation, and we're going to say we're with our Jewish friends. You can't be all things to all people. Just occasionally, in the face of evil, you have to stand up and plough your own furrow, don't you?
Well, Jeremy, it also came to light that the two gunmen, now the younger one, the 24-year-old, he's just come out of a coma.
Oh, that's a shame.
So he'll be charged pretty swiftly and obviously have to be questioned over this quite rapidly. We know that his father was killed in this.
Good.
So that's the latest there. But they had homemade ISIS flags in their car. They had explosive devices. These are the reports coming out. So this also, they were allowed to roam around Bondi with these giant rifles for 6 minutes. Now, I'm not attacking the police because a lot of this is under investigation, but people are asking, how did it take so long? Because 6 minutes is a long time to be roaming around Bondi Beach with a weapon.
But I completely agree. And presumably what you were saying about 2 police officers to 1,000 people at a Jewish festival, that pinpoints or highlights the fact that the government didn't see it as a threat. That's where your issue is. I mean, we have, and you're based in England, I know that, for News Corps, but in England, you heard the story on Sunday at Oxford University. U-Party politicians, political demonstrators, and they're allowed on the streets to spew hatred against Jews and Antifada, all that sort of thing, right? We're going to carry on. Nobody does anything. But if you write a few hurty words in this country, you get arrested. It's just the priorities are wrong. People need to call out anti-Semitism. They need to call out this extreme behaviour. And the police and the authorities need to dig and weed these people out. But they don't seem to want to do that, do they? Because, let's be honest, they fear upsetting a certain part of the electorate or the democratic vote, and that's fundamentally wrong in my opinion as well. But maybe it's easy to say and hard to do. I mean, I don't know. You were talking about that vigil last night, Westminster Hanukkah vigil. We found out earlier from Gideon Falter, chief exec of the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, that Sadiq Khan tried to ban it, citing safety and crowd control concerns.
Well, I was there last night, as you said, Jeremy, and there are a lot of police there. We were crammed into a section just beside Parliament Square. The minister was booed by the crowd, heckled, told to stop the hate, called a liar repeatedly. It got pretty tense there because people are really angry, and rightly so, that this is going on. And it was actually really nice to see British citizens come out and show their allegiance with Australia, their allegiance with the Jewish community, and to stand there with them, because we are looking to people to say, please be with our country, because we are in a country that is mourning. We're not used to this.
No, absolutely. Listen, great to have you on. Always busy on the show, but please come back very soon. News Corps Australia and Europe correspondent Sophie Elsworth.